He entered our cabin and found my fiancée naked with another man. This is the story that exposes everything you need to know about betrayal and the cost of weakness in a man. Hey gang, and welcome back to the sacred halls of Magic's Monologue, where truth doesn't whisper, it roars. I'm Magic, your curator of personal growth and unapologetic reality checks. Today's video, my dad arrested my cheating fiancé. But before we dig into this wild ride, connect with me on Locals at magicsmonologue.locals.com and over on X at Magic's Monologue. I'm building my tribe there too. What happened when she realized her green card was on the line? The moment of truth every man must see. Let's begin the journey. While I, 30 male, was on a business trip, my dad, 62 male, went to our lake cabin to prep it for a fishing trip the next weekend. When he arrived there was a strange car parked in the driveway. He called 911. It's a remote cabin, and the sheriff department has a 30-minute response time. My dad, being a retired law enforcement officer, decided not to wait. With his cell phone recording in his shirt pocket, he entered the cabin with his gun drawn. He walked into the bedroom and surprised my fiancée with her lover, naked and having sex. The guy started cursing in Spanish and started to come at my dad until he realized my dad was armed. My dad told him to get on the floor and that the police were on their way. My fiancée, Maria, female 27, pleaded with him to calm down. That's when my dad first realized who she was. Long story short, when the sheriff got there, my dad had them both arrested for trespassing and taken to jail. All right, way to go, Dad. Dad called me on the way to the station, and I was floored. I had no idea Maria was cheating on me. Being 500 miles away, I felt helpless to do anything, not to mention being clueless as to my next move. How many times, guys, have we all heard this? I didn't have a clue. She blindsided me. I didn't think anything was wrong. Maria and I have been living together for almost 2 years with plans to get married soon. Slap to the back of the head. How many different ways can I say it, guys? Vet a woman for a good 4 to 5 years before you marry her. Evaluate her friends, her family, belief systems, finances. Women are great actresses. However, only someone who's pathological can maintain a facade for that long. I was able to get a flight home the next morning. I bet that cost some extra. Turned out, Maria's affair partner had 2 bench warrants for failure to appear and an ICE detainer since he was an illegal alien. And for the record, people, we're not talking the Borg or Star Trek kind of alien. It's so predictable about women and the bad boys. He was the exciting alpha, and you were Mr. Beta Nice Guy she's settling for. Now, shut up and just pay the bills. Maria's position was almost as bad. Her student visa had expired a couple of years ago after she got her degree. The next day, Dad picked me up at the airport. I had 3 missed calls from Maria. Once we got my bag in my dad's car, he showed me the video. God, was that hard to watch. After breaking down in the car, I listened to the voicemails. The first one, all love bombing me. So sorry, and she wants to explain. How many times have we heard? I can explain. It's not what it looks like. He meant nothing. Blah, 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 blah. The second one, saying a colleague had got a hold of a lawyer for her and bonded her out, and that she was waiting at home for me, and we needed to, the dreaded words, we need to talk. The third voicemail, more crying, this time, and she upped the love bombing to the next level. The whole time, my dad is listening and shaking his head. His advice is to make a clean cut and walk away. Alrighty, high five to dad because he's completely right here. I finally get home to a tearful Maria, dressed up nice for me, being all contrite and trying to play things down. She tried to say my dad was blowing things out of proportion until I showed her the video. Guys, is it just me, or do you get the feeling she's been leading him around by his band? Of course, that band is called Willie and the Twins all this time, that she's used to manipulating him and getting her way. And then she just fell apart, claiming it was a horrible mistake and how she only loved me. Like we all haven't heard that one before. Then came the other shoe. I hope it was a really nice high heel. Her lawyer said that if my dad dropped the charges, they could fast track a green card application and avoid having to appear before an immigration court and prevent her from possibly being deported back to Brazil. I would like to say I remain strong and cold, but I still have deep feelings for her, and she was determined to show me how much she loved only me. Well, at this moment, to quote another influencer, she was probably offering up the Gluck Gluck 5000. And when she gets going, she is hard to refuse, and I was weak. Yeah, definitely the Gluck Gluck 5000. Slap to the back of the head. At least you know you are an SIMP. And guys, I'll come back to this, so stay with me to the end for my tough love take on this entire mess. I'm going to have dinner with my dad tonight after work to talk things over with him. Good. Yes, you need an older masculine guidance here. I know how he feels, and part of me knows he's probably right. Either way, I need to have a plan and not let my emotions cloud what needs to be done. Okay, this next part was dinner with his dad. After a long chat with my dad, we have come up with a plan. Luckily, even after living together for a couple of years, our finances are not intermingled with the exception of a single joint household account. Good. Well, at least you did that right. She does have a job and her own checking account. I spent the last half an hour changing all my passwords on my accounts and devices. Gentlemen, that was a good move on his part, and pay attention to that because you should always do that if you're in this situation, almost the first thing. Not only is my dad not dropping the charges, but he's reaching out to the sheriff and the district attorney to make sure the proper federal authorities are informed about her status as well. Maria got a Nexaplanon implant last year, so an unwanted pregnancy isn't likely, and removing it from her arm would be easily noticeable. So I'm inclined to let her love bomb me, i.e. as much Gluck Gluck 5000 as he can stand, until she doesn't, or she isn't around any longer. Either way, probably not much longer. All right, guys, come on in, sit down. Let's stop the music, stop the world. I want to get off and punch a clown. We've got a graduate from the University of Clueless here, and we need to perform an emergency intervention. First, let's diagnose the patient. You, sir, are suffering from a terminal case of sympatitis with a comorbidity of backbone deficiency. You were weak. She's hard to refuse. Let me translate that from beta male to English. You let a woman who was just raw dogging an illegal alien in your family's cabin use your grieving dick as a bargaining chip for a green card. You're not her fiancé. You're her immigration attorney with benefits. And, oh, bad benefits at that. The star of this telenovela, Maria, her audacity is breathtaking. She wasn't just cheating. She was conducting a multi-level marketing scheme of betrayal in your own property. And her plan was, after getting caught, no remorse. It was a 3-phase operational maneuver. Phase 1, love bomb. Phase 2, lawyer up. Phase 3, leverage the relationship for a government document. This isn't a woman. This is a cold, calculated geopolitical strategist using your heart as a stepping stone to U.S. citizenship. And you fell for the tears. The same tear ducts that were crying while she was writing senior bench warrant in the family cabin. She's not crying because she's sorry. She's crying because she got caught by a retired cop with a camera and a Glock. Your dad, God bless that magnificent bastard, did what a real man does. He cleared the house. He didn't wait for a safe space. He handled business. He's the living embodiment of F around and find out. I have to ask, I bet you take after your mother, huh? Meanwhile, you're over here doing the "but my feelings" 2-step while she's actively trying to manipulate you into committing immigration fraud. And by the way, this is the wrong administration to pull that crap. Drop the charges so I can get a green card. Listen to yourself. The institution of marriage, the second most sacred contract a man can enter, is about to be prostituted for a work permit. This is the gynocentric lie they sold you, my brother, that your duty is to protect a woman's feelings even when she's actively destroying your life, that your masculinity is toxic for being righteously angry, but her deception is just a mistake you need to understand. It's a clown world, and Maria is the head clown honking your nose. Your dad's plan is the only plan. It's the RICO Act for your personal life. You don't talk it out. You don't work it out. You don't work through it. You let the full, unadulterated weight of the consequences so she richly deserves come crashing down on her. Trespassing? Good. Immigration violation? Hell, that's even better. So you let her love bomb you. Fine. You're undercover. You're getting intel. Smile. You nod. You let her think that she's winning in between Gluck Gluck 5000 and various other forms of oral arguments, while your dad and the DA are building the case that will send her back to Rio. And in this instance only, you're not being weak. You're being tactical. For once in this entire saga, be calculating as she is. The path is clear. Man the F up. Thank your dad for having the testicular fortitude you temporarily misplace or never had, and become an active participant in your own rescue mission. Let Maria go back to Brazil, where she can explain to her family why her American dream ended up with a sheriff's body cam and a one-way ticket home. In the comments section below, tell me where you're viewing this from, then share your story, give advice, or tell me how you would handle this situation. I love reading your comments, so go for it. If this hit home, don't just sit with it. Hit the thumbs up, smash the subscribe, ring the bell so you never have to miss the truth bombs I drop here. Share this with at least 3 men who need to wake up and rise up. That's how we build this channel, one solid brother at a time. Got a story that needs to be told? A link that made your jaw drop? Email me at stories@magicsmonologue.com. Let's expose the magis and drop some clarity. And if you're still hungry for more, a woman quits her job after marrying a wealthy man, only to refuse every household chore, claiming she's a modern woman. Her husband's question is, then, what's your role? Click right here to watch the video entitled wife learns the hard truth about marriage. And that video is coming up right now. Until next time.